Hey everyone, it's me, Dr. Janet Rourke, coming to you live on June 23rd, 2019, live from Austin, Texas, from my very own living room. Welcome to my living room. Hi everyone, we're going to go ahead and see if this works. I'm using a new program since my Facebook Live wasn't working. It is called StreamYard, and it supposedly makes it so I can see the comments and do some cool things with it. So hopefully this will work. Zoom didn't work so good last week, so we will try this one and see how it goes. So let's see the comments. Can you guys hear me okay? Hi, Jackie. Awesome. Hi, Deborah. Again, Deborah is in my paid membership group. You're more than welcome to join that as well. It's $10 a month, $9.99 a month. So Debbie has a good question. So you guys can see the question. She's asking, wondering if you can diffuse when you have budgies. Budgies are birds. And birds you do have to be a lot more careful with, Debbie. If you go to my frequently asked questions on my page, it's essentialoilvet.com/FAQ. I do have some really good resources on there that you might want to check out, but you do need to be careful when diffusing around budgies just because of their sensitive respiratory tract. Try to only diffuse 1 or 2 drops at a time in your diffuser. Use an intermittent setting on your diffuser and stick with citrus oils are usually pretty safe with those guys. So hopefully that helps. Okay, let's see if you guys can be compliant since I'm sharing these on the screen. Okay, awesome. Okay, this is a really good one. So Jessica says, I have a blind 13-year-old cat that recently started pulling out her fur. There haven't been any diet changes, environmental changes, or skin irritations. Any recommendations for her? This is a really good question. Fur barbering is pretty common in cats. A lot of times it's attributed to a behavioral condition. It can also be attributed to seasonal type effects, if there's high mold counts, for example, or something that she's particularly sensitive to, or any big changes in her life or in the home. Sometimes that can trigger it. I really like to diffuse different oils, like calming oils are usually pretty good. Copaiba is a good one. I like to diffuse a drop or 2 of bergamot in these cases as well, if she's not sensitive to it. And then frankincense is another really good one to diffuse. The restful blend or lavender is another really good one to diffuse. So I would just try different oils to diffuse and see which ones she's the most comfortable with and kind of stick with that. Hopefully that helps Jessica. Hi, Carol Ann from Ontario. Jackie says the audio is fine. Oh, Courtney asked a good question. So will Castile soap work for my fly recipe if I don't have the natural dish soap? Absolutely, it works great. The cleaner concentrate works great as well. So we just want to have a dispersant in there so that the oils don't just sit on top of the fly spray. So something to disperse the oils throughout. Marie says, what about a dog with a runny nose? What do you use for that? A droopy nose? So you can definitely diffuse the respiratory blend or cardamom or rosemary, all really good choices. I like to add in a little bit of lavender in there. Very, very helpful to help with those runny noses. Vancouver Island is watching. Hi, Craig. Awesome. Oh my gosh, this you guys, this app is really awesome. It's called StreamYard. I can see all of your guys' posts and I can like post them and I can I can read them and I can scroll and so I can actually see them. This is so much better than last week. But I still can't do regular lives. But honestly, this might be a little bit better. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Let me know. Jenny says, what about the Omegas? Can you give them just You usually have to give quite a few of those. I like the kids omega-3 supplement for dogs in particular. You would give 1 teaspoon per 20 pounds of body weight. Dogs actually require a lot more omegas than humans do, and so the supplementation is a little bit different. You just always want to check and make sure they haven't added something like xylitol to the mixture. I know some people do use the Z omegas and really like them, and some dogs do really well at them. So you can give them, they are safe, but a lot of times you have to give a lot more. What about the shampoo and conditioner? I absolutely use those all the time on my dogs. If you were in my Happy Healthy Dog Challenge, one of the days we did talk about skin and coat, and we used the shampoo and conditioner and talked a lot about omega-3s that day as well. So stay tuned for that. That'll be offered as a teachable course soon that you guys will have access to. It won't be a Facebook group like the original challenge, but it will be available as a course that you will be able to go through at your own pace. And it was absolutely wonderful. It was super fun. I think you guys will like it a lot. Ushi, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, says, hi, my dog got a bug bite above the eye. Suggestions, please. For bug bites, I really like diluted basil and lavender. Just be really, really careful if it's right above the eye, because you don't want the oils to go into the eye, and you don't want them to, if they're rubbing it, you don't want it to get into their eye, because that can be very irritating. You can rinse out the eye with colloidal silver, and then you can use that diluted mixture over the eye, and that is very helpful. Okay. Alicia Johnstone has a dog with flea-bitten ears, or fly-bitten, I think it's supposed to be fly. Flies biting the edges of the ears is really common with outdoor dogs and farm dogs, and something you can use for that. I like to use an all-natural skin salve. I use beeswax and coconut oil and a combination. It's a little bit of vitamin E oil and helichrysum, myrrh, frankincense, and lavender in that mixture. So it's a really good combination. You can also do the skin rejuvenating spray available at essentialoilvet.com/recipes. Lindsay says, what oils are safe for diffusing around cats? There's so much contradictory information, especially citrus. Absolutely. This is a really common question that I get. Most cats are pretty fine with most essential oils diffusing. Okay. When we talk about citrus oils, a lot of the times we just talk about cats don't particularly like citrus oils. Some cats will love it. You know, they're really particular. But some cats don't like it that much. And but just make sure that you're diffusing in an area that's open, so a nice open area, and then the door is open and they can leave. And if you're using a diffuser, like the one I have up here, that you're using 3 to 4 drops in your diffuser, not any more than that, and you should be fine. The oils that you want to be careful and stay away from as far as diffusing are melaleuca, birch, wintergreen. And then some cats, especially if they have respiratory problems, are very sensitive to the mint oils. So be careful with oils like peppermint, eucalyptus, we already said wintergreen, and spearmint. Some cats are a little bit more sensitive to those ones. So just be a little bit more careful with those ones around kitty cats. Make sure you have an open room, you leave the door open, and you're only using 3 to 4 drops at a time. Very good question. Okay. Let's see what other questions we have here. Gracie says, can copaiba be given with food for joint pain? I love your profile pic, by the way. This is so fun having these posted. It is very good for joint pain. I also like to use it in combination with a glucosamine and chondroitin supplement, as well as some people like MSM. I use the New Joint DS. So I posted the link for that if you want to check that out. It's essentialoilvet.com/NUVET. New Vet, and you can get the multivitamin there as well as the joint supplement. super, super great supplement. And absolutely, you can give copaiba 1 to 2 drops twice a day in their food. Most dogs eat it right up and they love it. So very good. Rachel says, what do you like to use for cuts and scrapes on horses? Also, do you have a fly repellent blend? TerraShield didn't work very well for some reason here in North Texas. So Rachel, definitely check out my recipe. It uses TerraShield, the repellent blend, but I use it with apple cider vinegar, which helps a lot. And so some people like to add peppermint into that or eucalyptus. And you're just going to have to tweak it a little bit based on what you've got going on up in North Texas. It took me a long time to come up with my recipe here in Central Texas because the flies here, you can actually spray straight pyrethrins on them and they like shake their wings off and fly off. Like they should be super dead at that point. But I've had really good success with my recipe. So check that out, essentialoilvet.com/recipes. For cuts and scrapes, I use a combination of, so like in a 4-ounce spray bottle, I'll do 20 drops of each of frankincense, lavender, melaleuca, helichrysum, and myrrh. And then, top that off with fractionated coconut oil, or some people use distilled water and use a dispersant or shake it up really well before you spray. It works very well. Even just spraying it once or twice a day, very effective. So great question. Trina says, what are the safest oils to use around cats? It's going to be case by case depending on your cat. Copaiba is very safe. Lavender is very safe. There's a lot of very gentle oils that we have. Cardamom is generally very safe. So very good. Gracie's asking about what's the program I'm using. It's called StreamYard. And it's awesome. And I paid for it so I can put my logo up there. But very cool. You guys like seeing the questions? That's so cool. Okay, let's see if there's any more. Oh gosh. Beverly, girl. Hi from Phoenix. My grandson fed my dog whipped cream and chocolate sandwich cookies to my poodle terrier. So tummy is still very upset 2 days later. What oils or treatment would you recommend? If you haven't gone and visited your veterinarian, that's probably a good thing to do. Chocolate's very toxic to small dogs. But you can definitely use the digestive blend, diluted, applied topically to the belly every couple of hours until he feels better. Jackie Monroe says the dog challenge was great. So much information. Jackie, if you were in there, stay tuned because I might have a little affiliate deal for you guys that were in on the first group. So I can't believe I said that. I just announced it. Deborah, I'm sorry. She's my administrator. She's going to be super mad at me for that. Okay, so yeah, those of you that were in the Happy Healthy Dog Challenge first time around, it went super well, and we're uploading it into Teachable right now, and by the end of the month you guys will find out, you'll have access to it to be able to share it with your folks and people that might benefit from it. Now that you've been through it, you can actually give a good recommendation for it. Okay, sure, yeah. So Dana says, can you talk about oil safety with bunnies? We have one that scratches on his ear. Has scratches on his ear from his brother. Yeah, so rabbits are hindgut fermenters, and so you have to be careful with oils that are could be detrimental to that very healthy gut bacteria. And so when we're using, which is a lot of different oils actually, and so if you're using oils with your bunnies, just make sure that you are also giving a probiotic. There's lots of them commercially available that bunnies really like. And but yeah, I would do a very diluted lavender and frankincense for your bunny, and like a 1% dilution, and go from there, and it should heal up with no problem. So awesome. Oh, Susan. Yay. So Susan says she loved the Happy Healthy Dog Challenge. Love this format for the Q&A. Great to see the question and comment I'm actually talking about. Yes, isn't it so fun? I love it. And I could customize it for to be purple, which is one of my my brand colors. So super cool. Andrea says, is there an oil I can use to deter my cat from scratching door frames? Okay, so let's talk about scratching for a little bit. I do address this a lot in my paid membership group, you guys. I know I mentioned it at the beginning of this, but if I don't get to your question, definitely check out the paid membership group. It's only $9.99 a month. Even if you go in for just 1 month and then cancel your membership, you'll be able to access all of that information. It's so much information. I don't recommend that you cancel it. I would, of course, love it if you stayed in there, but definitely check that out. It's totally worth all the information that's in there. But as far as deterring cats from scratching, find an oil that your cat really hates. A lot of times black pepper is a really good one. Sometimes peppermint is a really good one. Some cats love peppermint, so make sure you check and see if they like it first. So if you like bring out the oil bottle with the cap on and they're like, oh, I don't want that, and they run away, that's the one you want to use. And that is the one that you would spray around the door frames. There's a lot of other things that you can do. A lot of people will put up scratching posts near it and put some catnip on the actual scratching post so that they're actually drawn to the scratching post instead of the thing that they're not supposed to be scratching on, whether it's furniture or door frames or whatever. And the other thing you can do is there's a product called Soft Paws. I believe it's just softpaws.com. I'm not 100% sure on that website, but they're little covers that you can trim their nails. And then they're little covers so that if they do scratch, which is a normal thing, they have scent glands in their paws. They're marking their territory, and it doesn't actually damage anything when they do scratch that, and it will still get their scent on things. So there's some different options for you to try, Andrea. I hope that helps. And that is all we have time for today, you guys. I'm going to keep this short. If you guys like this format, be sure to comment below. And thank you, Courtney, for posting the fly recipe link. And if you are asking about specific oils and how to use them, just go to the essentialoilofvet.com/ whatever the name of that oil is, frankincense, copaiba, lavender. I have some of the more common ones that I use posted in there with an actual how to use it depending on the species. So definitely check out the website. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.